on, you guys? Shields up. Welcome back to the channel. Elevate your energy. It's Jazzy, your favorite Cali reader and spiritual consult. What is going on, you guys? So, happy day. Happy day. If you're finding this video, then there's a message here for you. Immediately, right before I started recording, what came through was your life is changing in a multitude of ways, and you're doing your best to go with the flow. You're doing your best to, um, it's like you're doing your best to like ride this wave basically. Okay, you're like things are changing, and it's like you're just doing your best to like kind of adapt as it happens. As you know, you're like doing new things, you find yourself like doing new things, and it's like you're just doing your best to like, like say for example, if you're all of a sudden like, I'm gonna start cooking again, or I'm gonna start learning new recipes, things like that. It's like you're just kind of like, okay, I guess we're learning new recipes now, you know what I'm saying? It's like that type of energy where you're just really finding that it benefits you greater to go down the stream versus pushing against the rocks, you know what I'm saying? It's like that type of frequency. So I'm going to dive into this a bit further with some tarot and see what's going on, what spirit wants to bring our attention to at this time. We did just have a full moon not too long ago, a few days ago, and we're still in it. It was an eclipse on the 3rd of March. So that energy is still lingering on top of, as well, I should say, as well as the Mercury is in retrograde. Mercury being in retrograde. Mercury is still in retrograde until the real new year, which is March 20th during the spring equinox. So let's see. What is going on, Spirit, for the collective? Clear, accurate messages only for our highest and greatest good, please, and nothing less. What do we need to know as pertains to this energy? What is coming through for the collective? Ooh, it's a red Corvette. My son will be like, he geeks over Corvettes. It's nice. It's a nice one. Where'd my card go? Okay, there it is. Okay, so we have the Two of Wands that came out. Okay, so Two of Wands is starting the reading here. All right, it's either hit or miss. Either like that could be a message in itself. Okay, hit or miss. Okay, so it's like a decision. I'm trying to like figure out the light, the lighting to best show you the card here, but it's difficult. So some of you, that could be a message of significance. You maybe are having a difficult time making a decision, but there's an opportunity here to shift your perspective about maybe what's happening. Okay, maybe the information that is being presented to you, the decision that is being, that's being asked to be made. Okay, allow yourself. There's an opportunity here too. It's like you're being encouraged to allow yourself to see it differently. Allow yourself, if you're immediately was going to write it off, as like, oh, this is a scam, or I don't got time for this, or something like that. Maybe this is an opportunity to say, you know what, let me hear it out, because there may actually be something there. Maybe, you know what, let me just go to the interview. Let me just go to the, what I'm saying, the premiere, or whatever it is, right? This could also have to do with movies. Some of you are looking into being an actor, an actress in the film industry in some type of way. Okay, that could be of significance as well, and that could be part of a decision that you're needing to make, whether you're going to join the class, the course, whatever that is. Like there's a need here though to leave the past behind. There's it's like the world is your oyster, essentially. You have so much possibility that is available to you at this time. So now it's like, what direction are you going to choose? What where do you want to start, right? That is what we're being asked to look at this time. Where do you want to start, collective? Okay, the Hermit, go within. That is where you start. And that makes beyond perfect sense. Go within. Okay, Hermit is at the bottom. You might be a Virgo sun, a Virgo moon, maybe of significance as well. I'm also hearing Virgo Mars. Okay, but go within. Maybe sit under a tree, connect with the tree. Okay, hug a tree, because that also trees also lovingly absorb negative energies, negative frequencies, but they also give wisdom in place of that, right? So, put in your requests. I always recommend asking a tree before you hug it. If you're not willing to walk up to a regular human that you don't know and just hug them, okay, treat the same trees with same respect, right? So hug a tree. You ask tree, is it okay if I give you a hug? Would you like a hug? However you want to word it, but we do it with respect and kindness. And you'll likely get an answer, right? And you give it a hug, you just sit with it as long as you need to, as long as it feels comfortable, until you feel complete, and you ask it, if you need to ask it, is there any wisdom that you would like to download to me? Was there any wisdom that you would like to pour into me at this time that I could use or that I need from you, that could help me right now? Whatever, like I said, you're guided to say, and then allow that frequency to come into your vessel. Okay. But that's a beautiful way to connect, to essentially go within, because that's where that wisdom is being communicated through you, the same way as the divine would, through your channel, right? Through your crown, the tree is doing the same way through your vessel. So some of you are really being guided at this time to really go within. Allow yourself maybe even to get near water, connect with water. Okay, could be of significance as well. I'm also hearing scrying. So scrying may be a practice to look into. Okay. I always recommend doing protection, stuff for yourself as well. Before you're opening portals, okay, and doing mirror work, things like that, it's good to just shield your vessel, because some people are more open than others. Some people are more susceptible to other energies and frequencies and spirits that attach to them than others. Okay, so just to mitigate that altogether, get your protection practice up. We should be doing that any fucking way. Okay, so let's keep going. Spirit, what else for the collective? And if I should make, if you guys feel like I should make a video or even a guide or something surrounding protection stuff, I can do that as well. Whoa. All right, so we had quite a bit come out here. So, let's see. So we got the Nine of Cups. Well, let's start at the top. Okay, so we have the Hangman. Okay, the Hangman, which is also known as the Sacrifice in this deck. This is the Mirror Visions deck. It's so dope. It's like they're plastic cards, but the images switch. Okay, it's so fucking dope. Anyway, Seven of Swords, Seven of Wands, and the Nine of Cups. So let's see here. And we have the World at the bottom. So there is definitely a cycle, okay, that is closing, collective. And it feels like I was saying at the beginning of the reading, the message is coming through about the changes, right? Changes that are being made, that are happening, that it's just kind of like some of you are really just trying to hold on. You're just like, I'm just trying to ride the fucking wave. I'm just trying not to fall off at this point. Like, I don't even care where we're going at this point. I just want to not fall off, right? And just be and drown, right? That's like kind of metaphorically what this is feeling like. So there's a message here for some of you about shifting your perspective, because some of you are essentially sabotaging your own success. And what I mean by that is some of you have your guard up so motherfucking high that your blessings can't find you even if they tried. Okay, and that's not for everyone, because I do feel like what's meant for you will find you, and it's just like, it's like some of you, it's like it's right there in your face, and you're just like, nope. It's like it's literally the same as, and I'm giving you an example so you get to catch my drift of exactly what I mean when I say this, because like I said, if what's meant for you will find you, it will find you, but it's up to you to receive it. That's the fucking difference here. That is the difference. Thank you, Spirit. So it's literally the same as the Amazon driver, right? Literally bringing you a package and handing it to your hand instead of delivering it to your door, where you just have to come out, find it. Maybe you may or may not find it, because it's up to you whether you go to the door or not, right? But no, this driver literally hands it to you, verifies that you're the receiver of it, or the recipient, right? And literally hands it to you in your hand, and you are like, nope, that ain't mine. I don't want it. But are you so and so? Nope, I don't want it. That ain't mine. That don't belong to me. That is what I'm talking about here. Okay, that is what Spirit is bringing through with this, where some of you have literally Nine of Cups energy, something that you have been wishing for, that is literally being placed in your hand, or trying to be placed in your hand, I should say. And some of you have your arms literally folded cross to it. Okay, that's not for everyone, but that is for some of you. Some of you are trying to convince yourself, or have been maybe lying to yourself for so long, that I'm not worthy, I'm not deserving, this can never happen, this doesn't happen to people like me, my family has never experienced nothing like that, so what makes me so different, what makes me there are so many limiting beliefs that some of you have been have accepted, but not only accepted, have been exuding. And it's not invalidating at all how this came to be, right? Whatever experiences that some of you have had that have brought you to that place, but at the end of the day, it is up to us still regardless of how we got to that place, it is up to us to get ourselves out of that place. Okay. And I know that that sucks. It doesn't make sense. It pisses us off, and all that is valid, right? But at the same time, as a spirit having a human experience, that is a part of the experience. That is what part of the work we came here to do, is to show us how strong we really are, show us how powerful, how magical, how magnetic, okay, how strong, okay, how grandiose we really are. And I don't mean any of that in an egotistical way. I mean that in an empowering way, in an enlightening type of reminding you type of way. Okay. Um, this is like, some of you have been felt like you've been knocked down so far in life to where it's like that's all you know, or that's at least what it feels like. But the only way for your nervous system to like expand, to open up to new experiences, is if you give it that repeated evidence. Okay, like that, the repetition of evidence that it is safe to be successful, it is safe to receive love, it is safe to actually receive what I've requested by way of what I've wished for, right? You know, things that are fulfilling, things that make me happy. I do deserve this experience. I do deserve to get what I asked for. I do deserve to receive blessings. And it's actually that, and it's not something hidden, like a hidden motive, or like a prank, or you're being punked or something. You know what I mean? That type of energy. So I feel like there's spirit is really doing its best to prepare you, collective, for what you've been asking for, because some of you are so just like done with the world and done with life, to where it's like you're gonna sabotage what you've been waiting so fucking long for. And it's like spirit is really doing its best to work through me as a channel to relay the message, to let you know, like, I'm trying to give you every fucking thing you've been asking for, but I get it, that you're so, like, your patience is so fucking worn out, to where it's like I don't trust anything anymore. I don't trust anything anymore. And that is what spirit is again asking some of us to relinquish. Okay, that is the self-sabotaging frequency, okay, that some of you, with the hangman and the seven of swords energy here, that is the frequency that some of you are literally being asked to release, asked to surrender, to give it up to the divine, to just let the divine have it. Even if whatever you don't understand, whatever doesn't make sense, whatever isn't clear, right? Whatever happened to you as a child, whatever happened that you knew wasn't your fault, give all that shit to the divine, okay? Surrender it to the divine, let it go, because some of you don't realize, you're not really understanding how it's creating more guards than some of you realize. It's creating, it's like making it where, you're finding yourself having to defend yourself, and, in places where it's not necessary. Okay, this isn't to say to not stand up for yourself where it matters, but some of you are, have your defenses up in places where it's not warranted, it's not required. You're actually very safe there, but your nervous system has not had enough repeated evidence of repeated experiences to be able to identify what that looks like. You see what I'm saying? So it's going to be important for you, collective, to really allow yourself to identify what safety feels like for you in your nervous system. Okay, do look up practices that help you regulate and um, find balance in your nervous system, where it's able to, your fight or flight, it fires when it needs to, but when it's not necessary, you're out of survival mode, right? And you can discern the difference between actual danger and fear that just feels that is there out of, because it's something new, something unknown, right? Being able to differentiate between actual real physical danger and where you should be concerned and alert, and versus where something is just new to you and it's unknown, but that doesn't mean that you should not pursue it. Okay, allowing yourself to be able to differentiate the difference, because some of you have so many things that are coming up for you at this time. It's like spirit is bringing in a brand new cycle, a brand new way of life, a brand new life for some of you. Some of you, this is going to require a move. This is going to require maybe some type of travel. Okay, some of you have been asking to travel. Okay, with the high priestess, this is something you've been feeling that is coming. It's like you can feel the shift happening in your bones. You could feel your DNA activating for some of you. Okay, but it's like you're not allowing yourself to really trust the process. And that is again where spirit is saying, this is the time for you to decide. Okay, what do you want? Do you want this new life or not? Do you want this new cycle or not? Do you trust me or not? Like spirit is like, it's kind of like, I don't want to say that spirit is getting fed up, because I really don't feel like the Most High is, gets upset the way I believe it. Now, if we're talking about people who still believe that, a sky daddy is making decisions for everybody and things like that, that's their prerogative. And from that perspective, that could definitely feel like that. But I do feel like there's still a frequency here of, whether it's your ancestors, okay, that frequency coming through your ancestors, where it's like, look, we're trying to help you get this, like, there's other things that need to be done in the time frame that you have in this lifetime, right? In the current vessel that you're embodying, that your soul is encased in, right? There's a limited time that you have to get things done. And it's like they're trying to promote us, like give you a sense of urgency to get as much done, because it's like your spirit team knows you so fucking well, collective, to where it's like they know how you're gonna feel if you don't do this thing, if you don't meet your soul where it's asking you to be met. How it's like they know how guilty you're gonna feel afterwards. They know how much you're gonna beat yourself up if you don't meet that accomplishment, if you don't meet that goal, you don't meet that criteria, whatever it is. It's like your soul is aware, and your spirit team and all the beings in your ether, in the ethers that are here to support you, are fully aware of how you're going to respond afterwards, or how you're going to feel, how you're going to beat yourself up. Like I said, some of you, those where it applies, obviously, but it's like they're fully aware of that, right? So it's like they're trying to do their best to help you prevent and avoid okay, prevent and avoid getting to that place if it's not necessary. It's like they already can see ahead the type of regret that you might feel, right? And we all know, if you're watching this video, you know what regret feels like. It's not fun. Okay, that is for me one of the things that I am trying to do my best. I am doing my best, okay, to mitigate, is as least regrets in this life as fucking possible. Okay, and I just feel like, for me personally, if I can mitigate that energy even coming towards me, then the more peaceful and joyful and present I can live until until it's done, until my time is up, right? So there's just a need here, really collective, to decide what it is that you want. Okay, allow yourself to take the time, make the time to go within, connect to your higher self, to connect to your inner truth, right? And allow yourself to make the decision what route you're going to take, what you're willing to leave behind in order to go forward, right? And allow yourself to then surrender to that experience, to what you're being guided to do next. Okay, and before you decide to not do whatever you're getting, allow yourself to really be honest with yourself. Okay, am I saying no? Is this resistance really because there's actual danger, or is this resistance because I don't know, because I'm unsure of what's on the other side? I'm unsure of the unknown. Let's be real with ourselves. And if that is the answer, is that you're just unsure of the unknown because it's something new, right? It means do it anyway. Feel the fear, do it anyway. Okay, if there is no real danger, don't let yourself get stopped by your brain. Your brain is designed to protect you. Okay, but that is also how we essentially can easily sabotage our own progress without realizing it. Okay, sometimes you have to set boundaries, right, with your own brain. You have to set boundaries with your own self, because your brain works with your ego, which is all part of the physical realm here, right? They work very well together to sabotage us in order to protect us. Okay, it's not your brain it's not always meant to make sense of what is felt. Oh, hey Siri, stop. Okay, so yeah, so like I said, there's a brand new cycle that is literally on the way. Okay, it's literally here for you now. Literally, it's just a matter of if you decide to choose it. Okay, choose what that looks like for you. Decide what that looks like for you. Okay, only you can make that decision, but the decision is yours. It is here for for the taking, whatever you decide to do with that. But follow your intuition, trust yourself as you continue to, like I said, build evidence with yourself that, oh, we can trust our decisions. We do make good decisions, right? Things do actually work out for my highest good, right? When you allow yourself to continue to prove to your nervous system that, oh, we can make decisions and be safe and have a good outcome, right? As you continue to have those experiences, let your nervous system see that's how it heals. Okay, and as you let your nervous system heal, why this keeps coming up is because your nervous system is what lets you receive your desires or not. It's what allows you to align to your desired timeline and actually be able to stay there for a longer period of time, okay, before it's time for you to move on to the next phase or the next timeline or the next whatever it is, right? Your nervous system is what decides all that, okay? What you're allowed to hold on to, what you're able to sustain for the long term. So if you want long-term finances, long-term love and commitments and connections and happiness and all these things, that is all dependent on your nervous system. Your nervous system governs all that, right? So that's why it's so important to continue to show your nervous system, you can trust me. We can trust each other. We can work good together. I know what the past was like, right? I know what happened before, but we're changing. And you and I can trust each other, and we're on a team. We're working together and not against each other, right? You have to treat your, like, that's how I treat myself, right? I talk to it as if it's, how I'm talking to you in the camera, right? It's like that. Whereas I know it's a part of myself, but it helps me connect better. And I can only determine that by me taking the time to go within, right, to figure this out. So that's why some of you, again, are being asked to allow yourself to go within with the hermit energy that we saw at the bottom of the deck, right? Go within, okay? Connect to yourself, because that is how you're gonna figure out what route works for you, what method, what techniques to heal your nervous system, or to create more of these moments that prove to your nervous system it is safe to receive, it is safe to sustain, it is safe to have new things and have new connections, and know that we can protect ourselves, and we know when to walk away before we get hurt, and whatever, right? You have to build that up. You have to restore that trust. But that is how you do it. Okay? Building the moment to moment, when you can, how you can, right? And making it consistent. All right? So that is what I have for you. I trust that this reading was supportive to those who needed it. If you did enjoy the message, I would love to hear about it. Please drop a comment below, like the video, consider subscribing if you have not already. I would value that so much. And for any offerings that I have, if you would like your own personal extended to any reading that I have on my channel, you can find the information for that as well in my beacons page, as well as any of the other offerings and things that I currently have for you. So I love you all so much, and until next time.